this week, the Lions have a great matchup. A great divisional matchup will be upon the Lions this week as they take on the Minnesota Vikings. A great rivalry that will have another great chapter. Will be a great game that will be great with much fun. Oh, hell no it ain't. What the fuck am I kidding with yous? It ain't gonna be either of that, because this week, it's time to prepare yourselves for the return of the Purple Tank Bowl. So, of course, it is the return of the Tank Bowl for the Lions. So, for the Tank Bowl, it is very simple. The object is to lose the game. For this game, 2 teams enter, 1 leaves with a better draft pick. So, of course, we have the Detroit Lions, a team that was starting a full-on rebuild this year and was expected to come nowhere close to competing this year. And to start the year in an unsurprising turn of events, the Lions have been not really that competitive. They've had a couple close games, but they have won none and have had a slow start to the year. The Minnesota Vikings, on the other hand, they were a team that was expected to contend for a playoff spot this year. But instead, their start of the year has been an outright fucking disaster. Well, we're starting the year off 1-3. And many people wondering, if the Vikings don't get their fucking shit together, is this the end for Mike Zimmer and Kirk family member Cousins? Only time will tell. So entering this game, Detroit entering in position of the 2nd overall pick, while Minnesota enters in position of the 11th overall pick. Also, a quick side note here, Detroit Lions currently also have the 26th overall pick since they have the property to Los Angeles Rams' first-round pick this year. Just a quick side note. But anyway, back on topic. So, 2 teams enter, who leaves with a better draft pick, and who fucks up their pick even more or gets their season back on track. So, of course, for the point spread entering this game, the Vikings enter this game as heavy 8-point favorites. The Vikings also lead the head-to-head series 78-39-2. And Minnesota has also won the last 7 meetings against Detroit. So Minnesota, safe to say, they have had Detroit's number since Thanksgiving 2017. So, of course, for the key players on the Vikings offense, of course, we have Kirk family member Cousins at quarterback. And if Kirk doesn't get his shit together this year, could this be the end of his tenure in Minnesota? Very hard to tell since the Vikings did give him an extension a couple years ago unless they can opt out of that bitch. Of course, the running back tandem has Dalvin Cook and fullback C.J. Ham. Receiving core, we have Adam Thielen. We also got Justin Jefferson, who's picked up back where he left off after his outstanding rookie season last year. You also got Busy Johnson and Chad Babe. And you got a tight end, Tyler Conklin, who has to step in after Irv Smith Jr. is on the IR after he suffered a meniscus injury tear. Poor bastard. On the defensive line is full of playmakers like Danielle Hunter, Michael Pierce, Stephon Weatherly, DJ Wadham, and Patrick Jones II. They do have Janarius Robertson, but he is also on the IR with a lower body injury. Expected to miss some time. And of course, their big free agent acquisition in the offseason was Dalvin Tomlinson. The linebacking core, it's led by the likes of Anthony Barr, who is questionable for this game with a knee injury. And you also got Eric Kendricks. And you also got Blake Lynch, who had to step in and start for the Vikings last year when everyone got injured to hell and back. And meanwhile, on the secondary, you also got names like Jeff Gladdy. You also got Cameron Dantzler, who is currently out after having an illness related to the plague that has plagued the whole world and caused the world to go to absolute shit. But that is a talk for another day. In their secondary, they also got names like Patrick Peterson, Mackenzie Alexander. They do have Chris Boyd, but he is questionable with a hamstring injury. But they do have at the safeties the Mike Hughes and Xavier Woods. And they also got Harrison Smith. And of course, the head coach of this Vikings shit show is Mike Zimmer, who might be on the hot seat, who's been on the hot seat so many times in Minnesota, his ass might have third-degree burns at this point. And he also got offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak, who inherited this Vikings offense after Gary Kubiak decided to retire and call it a career. And the defensive coordinator, they got two defensive coordinators. Their one defensive coordinator is their defensive line coach, Andre Patterson. Their other defensive coordinator is their linebacker coach, Adam Zimmer. So how the fuck is this actually settled between the two? Like, do the two actually exchange play calling abilities each week? Like, one week Andre gets to call it, and next week it's Adam? Or how the fuck does it work? Or is it like just hot potato? Like, just wondering how the hell that works out. But anyway, getting back on topic. The Vikings offense so far this year is ranked 15th, so they're a mid-pack offense. They are 10th in the passing game and are tied for 13th in the rushing game. After the Vikings have had a slow start and Dalvin Cook has yet to start up his offensive running prowess. The defense has been so far a slow shit show. Ranked 26th right now. The Vikings defense is 18th against the pass and they're 25th against the run. We all know the Vikings defense has had issues stopping the run, especially last year against the Saints when Alvin Kamara made a major ass stomping on the Vikings on Christmas Eve when he scored 6 touchdowns and tied a 94-year-old record. And so far, it seems like that defense has either started off slow or they have word absolutely jack fucking shit from Alvin Kamara shoving his foot up their ass. So yeah, for this game, odds are Minnesota, they're probably not tanking right now as they're trying to get their season back on track. For Mike Zimmer and Kirk Cousins' sake, as both of them could be fighting for their jobs. And if Kirk Cousins doesn't get his shit together this week, there's a good chance Keelan Maud could be looking right over and possibly be taking over. If Minnesota is even thinking that yet. So yeah, Minnesota, honestly, they are the safest pick to take. The safest bet this week to take in the game. Because odds are, the Lions are probably Lions are just not there yet. They are just not competitive enough to win games. Until they can learn how to play a full 60 minutes. And the Vikings, they need a win to get their season back on track. And they probably get that against Detroit. So Minnesota more than likely wins this game and they win 8 straight meetings. And Detroit probably either goes to the number 1 pick or the number 2 overall pick, depending on what happens with Jacksonville. Since it's looking like this year's Tank Bowl prize is an edge rusher out of Oregon, Kayvon Thibodeau, a great edge rusher. And of course, he was Penei Sewell's teammate in Oregon a couple years ago, since Penei didn't play in 2020 because of the plague. So there we go there. So, and Kayvon could really help the Lions defense out, giving them some great pass rushing, since the Lions defense has been an outright fucking disaster with a bunch of young players. So yeah. And Dan Campbell, he knows damn well that he has to call a lot better games. Maybe this time, Dan Campbell, this week, you don't be aggressive on 4th down. Until you have the team and the pieces in place to execute on those kind of 4th down aggressive calls. Maybe from now on, you just take the points. And only be aggressive if you have to. So yeah, definitely this team has a lot of learning to do in the year. They'll get better throughout the year, but for now, for the Lions, it's very simple. They just have to embrace the suck. And probably embrace the Vikings running the ball down Detroit's fucking throat again. Because honestly, I think Minnesota's probably winning this game by at least 10. That's probably the safest bet here. So yeah, I think the Vikings win this game. The Vikings just have had Detroit's number. And I don't see that really changing anytime soon. Like, I mean, I swear to God, if the Vikings lose to a Lions team that is trying to tank, the Vikings definitely then need to fire Mike Zimmer. Like, Mike Zimmer's ass is already on the hot seat. I mean, there's no way Zimmer loses to a team that's trying to suck, right? Right? But yeah. Anyway, all I say to Lions fans is don't even lose your shit. because odds are the Lions are probably starting 0-5, which ironically was the record I predicted the Lions to start the year with, was 0-5. Damn, I'm actually doing well in my schedule prediction this year for once. It's crazy how I lower my expectations and the Lions actually meet it. Jesus fucking Christ, what a time to be alive. Where the fuck was this shit when Matt Patricia was the goddamn head coach? God damn it. But anyway, and for the Vikings, it's not like I had massive expectations. Oh wait, that's right. I picked us to be in a lot pit making the playoffs on wild card this year. Well, Vikings, you better not let me down, or I will find yous if you let me down again. And I probably won't be the only one, and all the other Fight Queen fans will probably find yous too. Especially on an odd number year, when the Vikings usually win 10 or more games on an odd number year. But yeah, that of course will wrap it up for this preview, as we get ready for the Tank Bowl in the Purple City, in US Bank Stadium, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. See you all for the review, and I'm out. The Vikings are probably gonna destroy the Lions again. Have a great day and embrace the suck.